We call it people technology.
Well, RCB are making it a habit of just watching the top two bat and then making light work of the rest. 100 for one in 11 overs when Evan Lewis was going strong. They've then lost 8 for 49 and they eventually find themselves 9 for 149 at half time. This is Maruti Suzuki presents ESPN Cricket for T20 timeout. Ian Bishop will look back at that inning, so too will Sanjay Manjrekar. It's a great time to be Harshal Patel. You can't imagine what it is, but Ian Bishop, what a good time to be Harshal Patel.
Look, it's brilliant. I, I'm sort of enjoying and living these moments as much as his other fans are because he's a guy that doesn't grab the headlines. Sanjay, I think you and Sanjay were joking earlier about how much limelight batsmen get primarily in this format of the game. And this is just a hard-working guy. And there was a comparison made of Bravo's slower ball, I think, by Carlos that you said, runner.
Yes.
I think he's doing some of the similar things as well. I don't know what percentage of wickets he's getting in the death, but he's seeing death bowling as an opportunity with the aggression that if he can put the ball in the right areas and think ahead, he'll get wickets. So I think that is brilliant for Harshal, and I couldn't feel happier for a guy who's been doing all the hard work.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going backwards, Sanjay, and it's remarkable how this season is just unfolding for Harshal Patel, who's eyeing Dwayne Bravo's record. You heard it on the broadcast commentary too, of 32 wickets in 2013. He's right up there with 26 with a lot more cricket to go. So I'll get a comment on Harshal and maybe after that on this odd Rajasthan innings, which started so well and just went flat.
Slightly different game for him. So he was tested today. The first over that he bowled went for 14, and he was doing what he's done up till now. A mixture of all kinds of deliveries. But Evan Lewis took him apart, and then he got a break, and then he came back, and then you saw what this guy actually has got hidden in him as a seam bowler. Because I counted 3 balls that he bowled in that next over, where he changed his tactics to Evan Lewis. He was bowling seam up and he was trying to bowl quick. So that guile and the deception, the slow delivery, the bravo was gone. And you had Harshal Patel, the seam bowler, bowling at speeds of 134, 133, and 136. So this is, what he's all about. And I'm so glad, he's in the spotlight because then everyone starts paying attention to all the little, the intricacies of his skills.
Let's sum up that innings though. Sanjay, they thought they had the start that they would have dreamed of, with Sanju Samson still to come. Then what happened?
Well, I don't blame the top three for getting out at the time that they did because this is how T20 cricket has to be played. I love the fact that Yashasvi Jaiswal was still, looking to maximize returns every ball despite Evan Lewis having a great start because you get those runs then. If you start playing with the idea that the other guy is hitting the ball out of the park, I'll just pick up ones and twos. Those balls are gone. You just got one run of those balls. Who knows? Somebody might have a magical spell like Harshal Patel did, and later on you might not get that opportunity again. So I won't fault the 3 guys who got out there. They laid the platform, and that is why you need a bit of quality in your batting lineup and some again bizarre tactics again defying logic. For example, Mahipal Lomror sent ahead of a Liam Livingston. Now you're trying to get the best out of this foreign player who has that potential. He's struggling for confidence. Here's an opportunity to send him, but you're more concerned about the left hand, right hand combination. Mahipal Lomro has got a couple of good knocks, but he's not your brilliant left hand batter who will go out there and take center stage. Then again, Tewatia woefully out of form, sent ahead of Chris Morris for the left hand right hand combination. So there are some strange tactics. And again, we go back to Rajasthan Royals think tank and the way they think about a particular match and the planning around it.
Bish?
I'm fascinated. I think I put it out on social media just now that, just following the game and following social media and guys who follow T20 closely and the schools of thought, the varying schools of thought as to how they should have approached the innings from 100 for 2 and what eventually happened. It's almost like a kind of old school, new school T20 batting makeup.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna try to argue one side or the other because I'm still trying to work it out myself as to what the best approach is. But I'm of this school. I don't think that if one batsman is going like Sanjay, that the other one just has to get singles. I think if conditions allow for two batsmen at the crease to go, please go. Maximize the
Exactly
conditions
the point I made. Yeah.
that are in front of you. It would call for some smarts. The other argument that I was trying to work out, okay, forgive me for going on. Did they send Mahipal Lamro because Yuzvendra Chahal was on and they were trying to get a guy to go after him? Leon Livingston's record hasn't been that great against spin, although someone messaged me and said it's good against Rashid Khan. But generally, his overall record against spin and leg spin isn't great. So all of those tactics feeding into it, I just find fascinating. I'm not going to try to convince anyone one way or the other.
Sanjay, you got something to
Let me,
expand
yeah,
on?
yeah. Mahipal Lomro, if you saw him get out, there's this thing about it's theory, right? Chahal, leg spinner, send a left hander who will hit him like that. But Chahal is not going to bowl you leg spin, right? He's going to bowl you the ball that is going away from you.
Yeah.
So, and the way he got out, you could see there was no conviction in the shot. So finally, you have to get away from theory of left hand, right hand. If there is a compelling argument of
Correct.
ability
Correct.
and
Correct.
potential ability of Liam Livingston and Chris Morris based on today's form and their experience should have been the choices ahead of the Tewatia, fantastic cricketer, but woefully out of form. And Morris, just because he's a right-hander, gets relegated, just doesn't make sense.
I would sum up Sanjay's point this way, and I've said it before on air. You would use, let's say, a left right or right left, whichever way you go, combination, if it gives you a compelling advantage over two same-handed players. If it does not give you a compelling advantage over two same-handed players, don't use it just for the sake of versatility.
Right. Ishan Kishan in form versus Pollard in form. It's okay to send somebody like an Ishan Kishan, especially if you've got a left-arm spinner bowling. But with people who are wrist spinners, don't try and send a left-hander because there's a Chahal on, because Chahal is just too smart for you. He's not going to bowl a leg spinner flighted on your pads to allow you to, hit him for a six.
You know what I see? This is fascinating as always. I should have you two. I should have you two on more often. But what I see is often the mistake is on both sides. Chahal doesn't come on till the 11th over because you think you've got Lewis and Yashasvi Jaiswal. I remember one game last year where
Correct.
AB de Villiers didn't come out to bat because there was left arm spin. Maybe
Correct.
someone it's never played before. So this sort of thing happens. I don't know what it speaks
But
to.
that's
Yes,
why RK, I am not leaning. I'm not going to try to argue one way or the other because I saw that as well. When I saw 10 overs and no Chahal, I thought they're not bowling him because of the two left-handers there. So both teams had these tactical moves in mind, and you can't win. We just have to see how it plays out.
So they're both wrong. Let's put it that way.
Well, no, I never said that. They both made tactical moves.
I love Bishop's company because eventually I want to reach the stage that he has reached.
No,
A lot of people around me, honestly, I'll tell you what, a lot of people around me want me to be less judgmental. People who are friends and, who want me to evolve and stuff like that. Instead, raise questions. Don't make judgments. Don't be so confident. Don't be so black and white. So it will take me a while before I get there, Bish, your stage. But I'll say this, Ronak, to help you, that I will stay black and white. And I'll say that you aren't looking at the greatest captain in T20 cricket when you're looking at Virat Kohli. So expect mistakes there as well. And expect mistakes all the time from Rajasthan Royals when it comes to their selections and tactics. So that's black and white for you. Couple of years later, you might get a... Yeah, Bish.
I would not want Sanjay to change who he is because the world is made up of different kinds. Please do not change. What I will say to you is that what I'm learning as I go is that you necessarily have to write or to right, but you can get to my hotel from two different directions, and neither of those is wrong or right. So Look, some things are black and white, but
Mm.
some things you just have to say they're just different ways of operation.
And that's why
That's also
I'm
the end
sorry
of
we are
Sorry,
going
RK.
yeah,
very far from
yeah.
our topic. And I have always believed that a panel of commentators just have to be different, you know, people with different approach and different
Okay.
mindsets, and that gives a
Where's
variety of
where's my
views to the viewers.
Where's my gavel? Where's my gavel? I'll call order to this now. Right, this was absolutely brilliant. I just wanted us to get back to this game, but that was brilliant. You made my life
Yes.
very easy for this halftime show. That's the easiest halftime show I've done. It's probably like one of those cushion positions in an IPL side where no matter what you do, you just keep getting picked. Let's get a quick comment on the chase, shall we? Is this straightforward, Sanjay? 150 chase. We've seen lower scores being messed up or batters cooking in chases. Is this straightforward? 150.
Yeah, looking at the bowling attack of Rajasthan Royals, their overall confidence, their overall form in recent times, and then Virat Kohli batting second for the first time in this half of the IPL makes him a completely different threat. So I expect RCB to stroll this.
All right, stroll for RCB. If there is a strength to Rajasthan, you think it's been their bowling wish, the one that won them a game they shouldn't have against Punjab. Tyagi is
Only
incredibly
Fizz.
silly. Mustafizur Rahman not in bad form. Do you think they can make a game out of this?
I'd hope they can. Chris Morris has to bowl better. Mustafizur has been bowling well, and you've got the other supplementary guys. But I would still back RCB to win.
Yeah, it's fair. That's where you would lean. Also keep an eye out and spin. We haven't discussed that enough, but they don't boast of the best spinners in the world. The Rajasthan Royals. Chahal made a big difference. Shabazz Ahmed made a difference. Let's discuss all that at the end of the game, shall we? With Ian Bishop and Sanjay Manjrekar. That was an easy halftime show on Multi Presents ESPN
There are a
Cricket.
few hosts around the world, Ronak, who wouldn't enjoy that kind of a
I
halftime show.
loved it. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I could let you guys go on if this was on my time, but it isn't. So so I'll let go. You guys are the stars of the show. I'm just here to make sure y'all talk, and that's easy. Thanks, gentlemen.
Stars are on the field
Exactly.
playing cricket. I'm
We're
like, have
storytellers.
that
Stop with you two now. Enough. You've had your time. Take it away.
garnishing on the main dish.
Yeah. All right. This is where I have the liberty to call it time. Where these guys go on a play. See you at the end of the
Time
game.
out.
Marcus Cricket presents ESPN Cricket for T20 timeout. Oh, timeout is like this.
We call it people technology.